Hello and welcome back. It is Championship Manager 3 in the Friday slot. It is going to revert to the Monday-Friday slot. Got a bit of an issue with the Amiga 500 and the Blackpool playthrough and Ultimate Soccer Manager. So we're going to pivot to this. I've got a new series starting Wednesday back on the PS1. That's all I'm going to tease for the time being. Can we start to dream of the playoffs? We are in 10th place. Let me just scroll this down here so you can see our points total. We are 26 points. We have now played 17, won 7, drawn 5, lost 5, scored 17, let in 13. And that includes our most recent win, which is the 4-0 thrashing of Grimsby. Petro Kachura coming on around half-time, or just before half-time due to an injury, and getting a second half hat-trick. And we are absolutely flying now. Not only are we absolutely flying, let's have a look at this. 2-1 win over Oxford. Kachura again. 1-0 win over Crystal Palace. Paul Devlin with the goal there. We've got a new signing, or new loan signing, in Curtis Fleming, who's come in. And whilst not fixed, if we go in finances, look at the financial picture now. We've got 3.4 million. So this was nearly 4 million, 3.9 at the start of the year. We've made over $500,000 so far. And I have got a decent amount of players now on the transfer list just to try and sell someone to try and get some better room going into next year. We're going to have all three of these games here: QPR, Port Vale, Stockport. If we come onto the table, Port Vale are up here, Stockport and QPR are below us. There's QPR, there's Stockport. So teams in and around us. Can we see how much we've improved? Can we finally get the first win on camera of the episode? Now, here we go. A few other things to introduce you to as we click through here. So let's hit continue, let's get set up. So missed another signing, which is Mick Quinn. Mick Quinn has come in on a free due to needing a bit of extra cover and some stuff like that. So we've got him. He's just on a 1-year contract. Other things to have a look at. If we come in training and we go to coaches, I have completely revamped the coaching team. We only had 3 coaches in here. I have fired all of them. We've brought in Bob Clayton, who worked with us at Ipswich in the previous playthrough. I've got Matt Mullen, the English Welshman, here now as my assistant manager. Richard Stacey, who's come in. And as you'll see, these are all very high stats. Peter Sudderby, there he is there. Terrible at goalkeepers, but good at everything else. Not got much motivation neither. Scott Arth, the English Scotsman. There he is there. Great working with youngsters. And then Dean Gripton. I've tried to go technique-based as much as possible with most of these guys, just to keep it consistent, just to see if that can have an impact in developing some of these younger players that we have got. Like, Richard's only doing 2 things. What else should Richard be doing? He's got great determination. Let's put him on skills. We're going to have a look at our squad. So we're in great health, apart from Kachura, who's now got injured and had to pull out of international duty. We're going to drop him out. We are going to bring Marcello on. So the front line, Masio-Ball still only got 1 goal. Andy Booth has got 3 goals. This guy has emerged as our goal machine. 7 goals in 9 games with 3 substitute appearances. So let's see how we get on without him. We're also going to be out without England under-21 Wayne Quinn. So let's get him out. I'm probably going to have to drop Fairclough into there due to a lack of any other options. I was going to say Fleming could play there, but I don't want to move him because he's played really well since he's come in. So let's get into this. QPR, who we played as, and we still need to return to for the Premier League year on FIFA Soccer Manager, the original. So Gallen and Slade, who played for us on that playthrough. Let's see, can we get to Loftus Road, get a win, and continue moving up the league on this episode? Thought it was maybe going to be a struggle. It might be a struggle in this game. Let's go to a back 3. That is not good. Professional foul. It's just got in the Australia B side as well. Sean Murphy. And now we're 1-0 down. Great. Oh, I'm so enthusiastic coming into this episode. Let's see, can we do anything? Can we get back in? A point now. would be massive in this game. Masio-Ball's second goal of the year. There we go. Also now, just been called up to the Ivory Coast squad. Glorious picture of Loftus Road as well. Looks like it is as slanted as my room, at least on that photo. Oh, easy chance for Slade. And it's not gone in, and Paul Murray has had to go off injured. Paul Murray's decent, isn't he? So here we go. Look, this is one of the things that I am doing. I'm starting to try and build a watch list of people who are going to be out of contract this year. Trying to try and do as well as possible this year. Try and sell some of the guys that do well, and then rebuild the team with free signings and Bosmans going into season 2. As long as we make it there, and I feel like we should. The only thing the board is holding against us at the minute is the finances, and that feels really unfair considering we were not involved in that. And considering that we're down to 10 men, we're doing well here. We're doing really well. Right, might have to take this off hard tackling just for this game, because we cannot afford any more red cards. And let's see how much impact is that going to make on our tactics. Tracy with the save. Feel like they're getting a lot more pressure since we've come off, but it's still pretty even. Now, one of the things I'm going to be looking to do on this episode is to bring in another loanee to play in the attacking midfield role. If we have a look here, Bobby Ford is on a 5 in that spot at the minute. Oh no, Bobby Ford's on the right. I'm not really sure what to do here. What's Morris doing? Lee Morris is on his 6, so he could maybe go out to the left. How's Smith doing? Martin Smith. So he's one of the players that we have transfer listed just to try and see if we could sell any of these guys for the million valuations that they've got. That would go a huge way towards what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring on Woodhouse. I'm going to risk him being on the wrong side. Yeah, that would go a huge way towards maybe getting us some money ready for next year. Good block from Curtis Fleming. Curtis Fleming has been a real good signing since we brought him in on loan. My worry with the loanees is that if they play so well that someone buys them, because obviously we're not going to be able to match any offers for them, and then I believe you'd only be allowed so many loanees per year. So if any of these leave, we're not going to have the flexibility to get any players back in. Simon Tracy still on an 8 though. Right, we have got 20 minutes coming up. I'm going to chuck a sub on here. I'm going to throw Marcello on for Andy Booth. Andy Booth, despite his excellent start, and you'll notice that I've spun them around now, those two, has not really been as prolific as I hoped he was going to be, especially after that electric double goal debut. Right. Slade is a real danger man for them, it seems like. I'm torn between going defensive for the last... Doesn't matter now. I was going to say I'm thinking about going defensive for the last 10 minutes to make sure we get a point, but it's too late now. Carsley now getting booked. Slade denied a great goal. Nearly got his hat-trick there. So it's a 2-1 defeat to open the episode. That's dropped us back to 11th. But considering we played with 10 men for 88 minutes there, I don't feel like that was too bad of a result. We've got 3 days, though, to the rivalry with Port Vale continues. It's already going to be our third meeting with them. So here we are, people. We've had a scour of the transfer list, and there's very few people that can come in and fulfill our attacking midfielder role. I've now got the scouts out, including the delightfully named Miles Bloke. So he's one of the new signings that we've added to the scouting team. Going to have a look here. Going to get set up. So look, Lee Morris is going to need to come out. Obviously want Ford off of the right-hand side now that Devlin is back. So that is change him. I'm going to drop Neil Ward to the reserves. I had much better hopes for Jonathan Hunt than we've seen for him. He's not even averaging a 6 at the minute. So that is disappointing. I'm like, I wonder if we should try Whitehouse or... So we could try some Masio-Ball in that midfield role, attacking midfield, and then fire Quinn in up top. I think that is what I am going to do. So this is what we've ended up with then. Tracy in goals, Wayne Quinn, Sanford, Murphy, Fleming, Carsley, Smith, Devlin, Masio-Ball behind Booth and Mick Quinn. That is the 36-year-old Mick Quinn. So he's got some okay stats still, strength, positioning, shooting, but he is a real kind of makeshift gamble of a signing, just because it's been very, very difficult to get anyone else to even come and play for us. But it's Tuesday the 10th of November. We had a great run coming into the episode. Now the episode is here. We can't stop shipping goals. And Naylor has scored past us once again. It's no wonder Port Vale are doing much better than us in the league. Coming into this game, look, where are they? They are 7th. So they are right on the cusp of the playoffs. The playoffs, they're already starting to look a long way away from us since the episode started. Which is a bit anticlimactic, let's be honest. Kevin Pilkington in goal for them. Mick Quinn gets it all wrong. It's gone harmlessly over the bar. One of these bars here. Now, Paul Devlin, I'm keen to give him as much game time as possible because he is a 2 million rated winger and he's 27 years old. So if we can get him, he has scored a couple of goals already, had some good performances, but if we can get him on form and get someone to even offer half, Naylor must score, of that would go a long way towards easing our financial problems. Oh, Abu bears down on goal, strikes it with fury from the attacking midfield role, and he has blasted it over the bar. So we're going to get to half-time. Boo's getting a lot of involvement here, and I quite like that. Because I feel like whoever we've had in that attacking midfielder role hasn't featured in the commentary as much as you would like. Look, Booth is on another 5, so I'm going to spin him and Quinn round for now. I'm going to check the condition here. Because look, Martin Smith possibly needs to be replaced this game. So I'm going to take Smith off now, get Woodhouse on. So there is our first change. And we are going to have to bring Marcello on at some stage. When I first put him on the transfer list, we had a couple of Brazilian teams interested in him, which I was surprised by because he's terrible and he's quite highly valued. But like I said, I'm just desperate to try and offload anyone from these players, especially these players that I'm not really using. So let's get Andy Booth having a stinker. Let's get him off. Let's get the Brazilian on. Marcello keeps going, he hits it low and hard, and it has stayed 1-0 to Port Vale. Kevin Pilkington only on a 6, so we have not tested him as much as we would hope. I'll tell you what I'm going to do for the last. I was going to move Abu into the front, but let's do all of it. Let's get all of these guys going forward when we've got the ball. Marcello bears down on goal, corner kick, it's come to nothing. Port Vale running the clock out here, and it looks like they're going to get another win over us. Not another win though. Do not rule that out. Mick Quinn is the scorer, struck from 20 yards, his first ever goal. Sheffield United have done it. They are all square. Just as I was folding up the points for the day, we have snatched a point. So we are 1 point from 6 so far. But look at the excitement that that has caused. There'll be limbs everywhere, except in the away end. They'll be gutted. But that has put us back on contention of the top half. Final game coming up in 4 days away at Stockport. Let's have a look at Stockport on this game. So they've still got more. Who's decently rated on this? Look, they don't see. They've got Steven Gerrard. Is he on loan? On loan from Liverpool. He's already better than he was in the previous game. So that shows some of the differences here. They've got Brett Angel, and they have got. Well, I was going to say, where's Abraham? Where's Aaron Wilbraham? And there he is. Laurent de Jaffo. Terrible. Now here we are, 16th place Stockport, about to play 10th place Sheffield United. It is our final chance to get a win on camera for the episode. Blackburn have signed Dennis Wise from Chelsea. Decent bit of money that there, I'd say. Martin Smith is out, so we've got a few things to do. Let's check the fitness ratings. Mick Quinnan on 86, probably no surprise to anyone. Martin Smith needs to come out, so let's grab Smith out. Let's get Quinn out. We're going to go with Flood. Proceed to the match. We are away. Edgeley Park, Stockport. Paul Taylor. It's a dry 11 degrees. Saturday the 14th. Let's finish with a win. 4 points from 9 would not have been what I took coming in on the run we were on, but with how things have started, or how things progressed, 1-0 down versus Port Vale early on, down to 10 men early on versus QPR, I wouldn't say that's disastrous. There's always going to be ups and downs. We're way off the leaders in terms of quality and points, Tranmere and Sunderland, and when we've played either of those two, we've been absolutely torn apart. But from where we started, it feels like quite a good achievement to even be in the top half. We didn't even score a goal for 4 games, so let's give ourselves some credit. So 2 shots, none on target. Stockport win the corner there, and they've scored. Stockport have scored. It's in. It is Kevin Cooper. They've dropped the pace. What are they playing? So they're playing 4-4-2 push, short and offside trap. Darren Byfield coming off. Brett Angel coming on. And what a disappointing first half this has turned out to be. And we're 2-0 down. Moore is the scorer. That's his 5th goal of the season. We're going to have to do something here. An injury time of half time. Let's try and match their 4-4-2. Tell Abu to push. I'll tell you what. What is Flood doing? Flood is playing a 6. Let's get Flood off. Let's go with this. It feels like we're not getting any possession or any good shots on target. And might, for the last 25, push the wingers all the way forward again. I'm going to do it now because absolutely nothing has happened here. Now, earlier on, I was reading the views of fans, viewers, whatever you want to call them, that long form playthroughs are dead and that people only do one-off episodes. Morris has scored. It's not been ruled out. Here we go, people. And lots of people who make content for YouTube don't show any of their bad spells. And I feel like we're all bad spells. So, you know, it's nice to be out here, in my opinion, bucking the trend. And we'll go now that we've moved down to the 2 episodes a week. There's going to be a lot more of this Sheffield United playthrough. Can we grab another equaliser? Right. Paul Devlin is on a 5. Andy Booth's having a better game. What is a Boo doing? A Boo's on a 5. So let's get a Boo off for Marcello. Let's get Marcello up. So let's get another forward up there. It'd be a great time to grab a goal for us, Marcello. Grab a goal and then a £1 million move back to Brazil. The final whistle is gone. We're down to 13th, so we started in the top half here, and we're ending back down here. Let's just have a glance over our shoulders. So look, Barnsley way down there, 15 points. Oxford bottom with 14. Swindon also on 15. So we're clear of that mess for now. Definitely feel like there's a few teams there below us who are much weaker than us. So not really worried about that. I'm going to play Watford, and that is it. And then Monday, we've definitely got to have this, haven't we? We're going to have Tranmere, who are first, to see how we measure up against them. Then we'll have Old Boys Ipswich in 16th, and then old rivals Norwich, who are in 5th. So we will play that little spell of games. So you will see all 3 of those games on Monday's episode. So all that remains for me to do is to say thank you, and I'll see you then. Hello and welcome back. It is Football Manager Friday. That's not right. Hello and welcome back. It is Championship Manager 3 in the Friday slot.